You are now tuned in to our Day's Athletics Audiobytes.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of our Day's Athletics Audio Bites. I am Ade Hennis. Of course, we're going to get right into it as usual. I told you I'd get better at this. Right now, we're going to get into the WNBA that's going on tonight. The WNBA playoffs. The 8 teams are Seattle Storm, Atlanta Dream, Los Angeles Sparks, Washington Mystics, Connecticut Sun, Minnesota Lynx, Phoenix Mercury, and the Dallas Wing playoffs. They do the top 8 teams. They started it in 2016. I like how they do it. They do the top 8 teams regardless of conference. Who has, the best record in the conference. I wish the NBA could adopt a, playoff picture like that. Because when you do that, you have the top 8 teams. You have the top teams in the NBA instead of top teams in the conference, and then you have a horrible conference who's horrible, and you have the top team from there who doesn't deserve to be in the playoffs, and then it just messes up the whole thing. It's a waste of time, and it just, yeah. But I cover all kinds of sports, so WE is gonna get covered, especially because I'm a fan. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. So first off, I'm gonna start off with Cedric Alexander. I don't even watch like the pre-main event, the pre-card shows. But that guy's a stud, and he needs to get moved up to the main roster, to like WWE, because he's just, if you followed him, he was a little more like bulky, but not like in a good way, more fat. Now he's shredded, like way more athletic. He just does crazy moves, all that. He needs to get moved up. That's my boy, but I don't watch the pre-main card events, man. Like, I got time for that. Went on to the main events. Some of the matches were good. The Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar match was dumb. How you gonna get Superman punched 3 times, spear 3 times, and then somehow Brock Lesnar gets to put you in a headlock after all that? I didn't get that match at all. But usually when a match involves Roman Reigns, it's gonna be dumb because they push him too much. And everybody knows that, but whatever. Ronda Rousey needs to learn how to talk better, but she sounds mad corny and it's hilarious. She just needs more time to get used to it. Wasn't that great? I mean, there were some great parts, like when Demon King Finn Balor came out. That was dope. The women's triple threat match with Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, and Carmella ending was dope. I'm not sure if that's a heel Becky Lynch, or she just has a personal vendetta against Charlotte because she lost that night. But it was dope to see. So we'll move on to basketball. NBA this time. I seen a picture recently of Skal Labissiere, and I've always been a big fan of his. And he looks yoked. Like, he's listed on the roster for the Kings last year as 225. But he looks now like 245, 250-ish. And if so, that's going to help a lot for him, because that's really his main weakness, that he didn't weigh enough, I'd say. But I've heard rumors that they might trade him, but it's just dumb. Like, why would you do that? Like, yeah, you drafted Marvin Bagley. I'm the Kings, I would have traded down, because you already have Labissiere, and you already have Cauley Stein, and you have Harry Giles. And it's just like, you have Zach Randolph too. It's like, I just didn't get it. I get it in the draft, in the NBA draft, you draft best player available over what you need. But when you have the best player available, that's a great trade asset. I think they should have traded him for what they needed, and they could have oversold him. They could have fleeced the team for sure, just like how the Mavs fleeced Atlanta, and that was just pure stupidity. Because the pick that the Mavs gave is protect. Granted, the Mavs might be legit this year, but there's a good chance they probably won't be. It's like you traded Trae Young for Luka Doncic, and why would you do that? Why would you do that? You should have kept Doncic. Doncic is what I've seen. Great talent. Trae Young could be that too, but Doncic is just on another level. But the Kings, man, they stack too. They crazy as it sounds, they do have a lot of talent. They're not. They don't know how to put it together like a lot of teams do. Like a lot of teams don't know how to put their talent together, just like the Kings. But the Kings have talent. They have Bagley, Bogdanovich, Will Cauley-Stein, Yogi Ferrell, De'Aaron Fox, Harry Giles, Buddy Hield, Dustin Jackson, LaBissiere. Zach Randolph is a good veteran presence. It's like they are stacked. And they just, what they need, they either need a star or they need time. Like, if they're gonna go the time route, then give them like 4 to 5 years. And don't fire their coach, because you can't expect them to do something after 2 years. Like, it's not going to be enough. But if you're not going to wait, you have to sign somebody. And I don't know who's going to sign there. Like, they should have kept Cousins. Like, I don't know what they thinking up there, man. They should have kept Cousins. If they could have kept Cousins, and they could have been something big, man. Like, regardless, he probably would have left, but they could have been something big if they would have kept him. When we're able to sign him to a long-term deal, because they just would have been stacked before they traded him to the Pelicans. If I'm from Cali and I had to choose a team to root for, I'd choose the Kings over the Lakers, because everybody's a Lakers fan, the Warriors, because everybody's a Warriors fan now, and the Clippers is just like, they're like the little brother of the Lakers that nobody cares about, so definitely not the Clippers. So maybe the Kings, because they have talent. I like the Sacramento Kings, is just a dope name to have. So if I was from Cali, I'd definitely, I'm Knicks till the day I die. But moving on to NFL, I watched a couple NFL games this past weekend. Of course, I watched some of the Jets game versus Washington. Teddy Bridgewater was 10 out of 15, 127 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Sam Darnold 8 out of 11, 62 yards, 1 interception. Bridgewater obviously played better, but it feels like it's still going to be Darnold the starter week 1. I don't see why. I mean, if I get it, he's your guy, but why would you sign Bridgewater then, if that's the case? It's like for a good backup, but now you're everybody's saying you're gonna trade him. So like, I get it. Like, you can trade him for like something, but it's just, what happens if Darnold and McCown get hurt? Then you're screwed. I'll just keep him. If he plays great, you keep him at the trade deadline. If he doesn't, he plays like par or okay, then you trade him at the trade deadline. If he plays horrible, then you'd have to keep him. Like, nobody's gonna want him. At least I don't think so. So I'll keep him and I'll start him week 1. And moving on to the Kansas City Chiefs game, I watched some of that, and Mahomes looked a little shaky. He did have that bomb, that 69-yard touchdown, which was crazy because no quarterback threw a pass over 62 yards in the air in 2017. And he threw a 69, well, technically it was a 68.6 yard in the air touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. But obviously this guy has like a rocket, man. Like, he has a cannon. And it's just going to be scary. The whole offense is going to be scary. Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, Travis Kelce. And people forgetting about Kareem Hunt. I feel like everybody forgetting about Kareem Hunt. People want to talk about Ezekiel Elliott and all of them boys, but I don't know why. It's just like fantasy too. People are not talking about, everybody talking about Le'Veon Bell. It's like people know that Kareem Hunt's a beast, but it's like, hello, this guy is a beast. So it's like, I'd put that whole team in my fantasy, the whole offense in my fantasy. If I could, I'd draft that whole team in fantasy. But so we gonna wrap it up. Yeah, you gonna wrap it up. Oh, the craziest thing. Speaking of football, we're gonna go to college football. So the University of Minnesota, they're starting their walk-on freshman as starting quarterback for the 2018 season, Zach Enigstad. Walk-on freshman named starting quarterback. That's crazy. That's just motivation for other walk-ons. Like, obviously, there's been other walk-ons like, Baker Mayfield and stuff, but to off the rip, just come in, walk on, start. That's impressive. Minnesota's been trash for a while, so I wish the best to him. Hopefully, this guy is like something special. We're just gonna wrap it up right now. As always, you can download this Audiobyte. If you go to the website, the link will be in the description. If you go to the website, the link to download this will be right underneath the YouTube video. You just download it like straight to your phone or straight to your computer, tablet, whatever device you got. No, it's not iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, no, none of that. You just download it straight to your phone. It just goes straight to your phone. You can listen to it wherever you go, on the road, at the gym. I don't really see why you listen to me at the gym, but yeah, as always, I'm Ade Hennis. Enjoy the rest of the week. Peace.
You feel that? Feels crazy, right?